Yeah.
And yeah, welcome, Emmanuel. Feel free to say hi to everyone, and everyone say hi to Emmanuel. And then Emmanuel will let you. Alex has to take off at on the hour coming up, so we'll just jump right in, and you can share what you would like, Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you, everyone. It has been a long time. Thank you so much for making to this friends call. Thank you so much. With your permission, I'll go right ahead to share what is happening in Magarini, in my life, and what is happening. First, I might want to say it has been very dry here since last year. The rains were not reliable, so there was no possibility to grow food. And this drought has persisted until now. We are in April. This is it should be the rain season. It should be now. We are on the rain season, but it is still very, very hot, and this has made life very difficult with many people around, because economical situation has really gone down, and water is still a very huge problem to the community, and hunger is getting to the nerves of the people. So it's a threat now to lives around the community with people. So the only people who looks like cancer, those maybe are employed in the government sector or in private sector, and maybe they live somewhere else. But in the deep rural community where people are depending on rain to grow food, it is really issue of life and death right now, because you see, especially children and the elderly who need support, who need help from other people, they are really in danger of being affected with the drought because of having no food. At the center, right now, we are having, it is the only source of water where people, the nearest, maybe people are coming from, people are like taking like 30 kilometers away to come to the center to get water. And I must say, right now, it is the only source where people from the community within and from other areas do travel and come to get water from the center. Animals, all cows, goats, they do come at the center. And I made a small pond where we put the water, and they come and they drink, so that we save the lives of the animals too. So about food with the children, right now all the children are on vacation or their holidays because of the government. Now they have like 2 weeks. They will be back to the daily work as per the learning, per the government curriculum. But right now we have the children at the center, but they are not doing any classwork. They just help in watering the trees that we planted. We planted trees, and without supporting the trees with water, the trees will die. So the children are there in the morning and the evening getting water from the borehole, and then they make it survive. And in terms of food, we are really in need of food as from end of this month, because all staffs, all the children will be at the center from morning to the evening, because it is the only source where they can get water. The only source where they can get food for themselves. And now they will be learning, and they'll be continuing with the daily activities like going to class and playing. So the normal activities as a learning institution will be going on. Right now, we are living with the children together. We are trying to prepare ourselves. If the rains will come, then we are making some organic fertilizers and trying to keep them so that when the rains come, we do the planting. The main problem that I foresee is within the community, there will be no seeds for planting because of the drought that has been persisting. There will be no seeds for people to plant. We have saved some seeds at the center from the previous harvest. We are not sure because it is more than a year or 2 years, no, 1.5 towards going to the second year. If we plant, they will germinate. But we are going to do to test the seeds if they're still okay. If they are not okay, then we will also try find to get some seeds to do the planting. So that is in terms of water. And most recently, we had visitors who, the Madeluna project, those who we've started together, we visited, and they visited at the center, and they were shocked to see how the drought has really penetrated in the nerves of the community. And the only issue, what was to come in mind was how do we get more water? Because without the water, it may not be sustain the community and the center. So how do we get more water? And to get that, we need to maybe to do a survey, to a geological survey that will tell us maybe where we can get water without interfering with the current borehole that we have. So we did a survey, and we got 2 ponds within the center where we have water, but this time it's not 200 meters, it's 230 meters deep. So we did, and fortunately, I received the report today, and the quotation to make a second well. So maybe after this, I can even I can share with you. And another thing that is now also happening is that this year we had 18 children who did the national exam and ready to go to the next level. So we had 18, and they all did very well, and they are all going to high school. So the main also problem is how to support them to go to the next level in high school. We had the idea of having an extension for the other part, like having another extension building to have a secondary school, but that one has not yet been realized. So we need to stand for them to get fees so that we can support them, because while they are at the center, they were getting all this support, and now where they need to go, we have to pay for them. And the situation right now in terms of the center in its own it has been growing. and we still have the chicken, we still have the pigs, and we are looking forward to make maybe increase the pig, the chicken, because at this time of really drought, I have seen that the children cannot consume all the eggs, and we have got some people who have interest to buy our eggs because they are organic. And we thought it can be something that can give support to the center when we have excess egg, and when we add more, we bring more chicken at the center. I have seen that because in the daily today running of the center, sometimes we have challenges like children need to get immediate medical attention or medical support, and we need to transport them. So when we have this time when we were getting like very small from the eggs that we are not using, have been very helpful. So we can rent a piki or if we need a car, we can rent and take maybe the child or children to their nearest dispensary. So this has been something that also has been supporting towards that. And again, we had the buildings that we build, like the 8 classrooms and the boys dormitory. Now it's furnished, and they will start using it. So for now, that is what is happening at the center. And we have the tree nursery planting. So tree nurseries that when we had made it, when the rain comes, we are going to plant them. The good thing is that we still we use the water to make them survive or wait for the next rain season. If we are not able to have rain, then we may be able to force to plant them and try to support them with water when we are all at the center. So that is the situation right now, what is happening at the center. And the prices for food has really went up. And with this last week, 2 weeks, there's been no fuel completely. So even if the food could be there, then the transport to bring the food to the rural areas, it has been a really problem. So instead of fighting for getting food, now we fight also to get a fuel so that the vehicles can bring the food. So the government has promised that this problem of fuel issues will be done or will be solved within this next week. So as from Monday, there will be there will be fuel everywhere. So that if that happens, then we will be able to bring food to the center. Good enough, I had already purchased some foodstuffs to the center, and we have food that we already purchased, so the children are safe in terms of that. So that is the immediate needs, and maybe we have some wants or needs that does not need immediate like a solution, but there are needs that we need to consider. Like now we have the borehole, the second borehole that may bring some water, and we have the to build like a poultry banda or house, what we make. These are needs that we need to, they are there. But what is really now in the nerves is the water, and also the food for the next times. So that is the situation or the current situation right now, what is happening. And this year is also an election year. It is, we are having general election that comes in August 9th of this year. And people are trying to also get to change the leadership to see what might the political leadership to change, if things might change. And as we speak, I also stand for Marafa Ward, where I live, and I want to change the leadership there. And I'm vying for the local seat, that is Magarini, Marafa Ward, member of County Assembly. That is the only place where the local people and the local government are interacting. So most of these issues that are affecting the people needs to be discussed and needs to be, create policies that will support the people will be done on the county level. So I'm one of those people who really want these things to change, and I'm in it. I'm in it. So that is the current situation that is happening right now, and it's not such good news, but we are happy no one has starved yet, and still surviving.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Is this a good time to be asking questions, perhaps?
Yes, yes.
Based on your sharing? Okay, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I am happy to begin. I'm curious about both the children's education and development going forward from their outstanding test results in the 8th grade and their graduation. Do they end up going in different places for their secondary or high school education? Or do they typically in that county, Magarini County, attend one particular school?
They all go to different high schools. They all passed the national exams, but in different marks and grades. So the first one at the center got out of 500, got 385. So that is very high marks that may be able. I'm expecting maybe the government or the banks can also support, and they can support him or her, can support her to go to high school. But they will get different schools. Like this is the third time we have these children going to the different high schools. So the first one was 2019, and they started 2020, their first year in secondary schools. So in this, everyone get a school, but we pay to the schools the amount of money that will make them continue for the next 4 years, because the high school takes 4 years, and then they go to university for 4 years again. So at least to get the basic in the first 4 years. So that is what is happening. The bigger dream is that to have the children at the center. Go when they finish, we have the high school already to continue. This could be helping them because of the fees, but because we don't have the high school yet, then we have to send them where they will be called.
So that's the long-term vision, and Larry did share that with us prior to you coming on the call. So we understand also that 10 students were assisted with their financial requirements to continue on last year. And this year, those 18 students, I believe, going forward,
Yeah.
Are they are in need of some subsidies or assistance, financial assistance, correct?
Yes. The last year we had 19 children. Out of the 19 children, 6 got support from the government. And we have Equity Bank. They offered scholarships because I went and talked to them, and they said, we need the best 6 from your center to support them, because without that, they may not be able to go. So they paid for them for the 4 years. So I remained with 13. So these 13 were needed to pay. So we had to solicit for funds. We got support to pay for the 13 children for the next 4 years. So they joined their friends who are in the second year, whom we already paid for them. So now what we did, we had applied for the first 6. We have now applied for the scholarships from the Equity Bank and from the government for 6 children. So there is a very high competition. We don't know either we are going to get the whole 6 or maybe how many we get. But as we stand, we have 18 children who need financial support to join the high secondary school.
Okay. And Emmanuel, what is the general cost of putting one of the students through the 4-year program, high school program?
For the 4-year program, it's $2,000 for the 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And I don't want to monopolize, but I am curious, and I'm sure others are, about this 230-meter borehole. We call them deep water wells where I live. Is what stage of development is that in, and what are the funding requirements, or what's the need there financially?
For making the borehole until for the 230, I received the quotation. It will cost like $30,000 only, the borehole and casing without machine to bring out. So from there, if we are going to use solar, we need to get the designer who will be able to say, okay, with the amount of water here, we need this type of water pump with this amount of power. So they will give another quotation so that we now do the installation of power and bringing the water out, and maybe have a water tank that will be storing the water.
So that's remarkably.
So what I have right now at hand is the quotation for the drilling of the water for the 230 meters. So I have said I will share this right away after our call.
Thank you. Yeah, that's remarkable. Similar cost to here. I have a deep water well in New Mexico, and the costs are very similar to what the quotes you're getting in Kenya. I find that interesting. Yeah.
Manuel, when you get estimates or costs for the solar pump and so on, or can we, let us know that as well, and we'll share that.
Yeah, I think that will be the second phase. You remember, Larry, the first time we were making the borehole, the
Right.
first phase was drilling until everything was done, and then after knowing how much water we have, then they can consider the pump that can be able. So that will be in the second. Yeah, so that will come in the second phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to match the pump capacity to the amount of water available and how quickly the well casing is filling. Yeah.
Yes. That will come in the second phase.
Okay. Just thinking it'd be nice to have some ballpark idea as we think about how to fundraise for this. Yeah. Okay.
I found this on the web.
But other questions?
It sounded like Siri.
Yeah, it was. My Siri came on here.
But I think she gave us a signal here. So I wonder, Emmanuel, for these 18 students, I wonder, could we raise, like what I envision is really looking for kind of partners, maybe in like other countries supporting, like I don't know, me supporting one student and friends supporting students. So I wonder, can we make it a bit more transparent, somehow have faces to the students, like who is in need of support, and then see if some kind of matching or something could happen. I don't know if you have done something like that already, but that comes to my mind. It would make it a bit more tangible, like whom you're thinking of supporting, because I think it's fairly realistic to find sponsors for these 4 years.
Yeah, I have not done that before because when we get, like now, when you attach, like you say, you tell a child like, okay, now you have
Yeah.
a supporter who will be paying for you, and then the others have not yet got, then
Yes.
they will feel like isolated.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
we have been doing, we have been trying to fundraise for for all of them. So
Yes.
like right now, maybe we need like 30,000 US dollar to pay for them for the whole year, or for the 4 years. So instead of saying maybe this one and this one and this one, we say we have 18. This is
Yes.
the amount we need. So sometimes, like in the previous years, we have just got support for all of them, and we did not think of maybe one or two, because it will make the other people feel like. But now we can, if you have that, the idea is that we have now the children who have not yet done the exams.